Welcome to the Team Tropical Biohackers Zoom about what we're going to be doing with our Facebook page. We'll get started in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get started since we've got about 10 of us on now, and I really want to respect everybody's time. So I am going to get started on our conversation. Welcome to our Team Tropical Biohackers Zoom call, which is really about kind of a big important announcement that I think we've all kind of seen coming down the pipe, but just wanted to really kind of reiterate what our intention is here and what our purpose is here, and really try to create a situation where less is more and where we are having to do less work, but that the work that we are doing is more effective, right? That's the whole idea, right? Can we put in that little bit of time and leverage that time in order to build our business? So as your kind of fearless leaders, Katie and Kristen and I have been doing a lot of discussing and figuring out. And as you guys know, we have spent a lot of time in the last couple of months really working on Facebook. Kristen Stanley has done an amazing job over the last year or two, really putting out incredible information on Tropical Biohackers Instagram, and her and Taya both sharing it on Facebook. And we've had these groups on Facebook, but we haven't really truly been using them effectively. And about 4 months ago, or something like that, Kristen and Katie and I realized, after going to one of the events and realizing the direction that LifeVantage was going and that direct sales was going, that it was really important that we jump on the social media bandwagon, and not just with Instagram, but with Facebook. And so we spent a lot of time and energy meeting and planning and creating, and we created the Tropical Biohackers Distributor page, as you all know. And we've been using it, and it's been wonderful. But we've realized that there isn't that much movement on it. And now, at the time, when we decided to move forward with a big Facebook push, the Team Aloha that we are involved in was kind of stagnant at that point. There wasn't a lot happening. And so we realized that, knowing that we should be targeting Facebook more, what can we do to make that happen and make it easier for our team? And so we created that distributors page. But now that Team Aloha is really growing, and that there's a distributor page, there's customer pages, there's business model pages, we realize that we're asking too much of our distributors to engage in both platforms, to engage in the Tropical Biohackers distributor page and also engage with the Team Aloha. So what we've decided is to move our operations from Team Tropical Biohackers distributor page to the Team Global Aloha distributor page, because anyone who is on the Tropical Biohackers is also part of Team Aloha, which is Daisy's larger team. So what's going to happen in the next few minutes is that Kristen's going to talk a little bit about Facebook and what the groups are and what the purpose is. Katie's going to touch on WhatsApp a little bit, because that's another avenue and platform that we use. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys the backstory as to why, because it's not like we don't have our stuff together and we created this page for no reason and now we're switching over to this page. It's like, we knew that Facebook was where it's at, and that groups and connecting and all of those things, customer pages, all of that is where it's at, and how you really find those testimonies and things like that. But the content, the movement, the posting just wasn't really happening on our pages. And now, simultaneously, it's happening with Team Aloha. So we just want you guys to understand what's happening now. We are not going to be completely getting rid of the Tropical Biohackers Facebook page. It's going to still exist. And if you would like to post things on it here or there just to engage, that's totally great. But for now, what we're going to do is move over to the Global Aloha. So are there any specific questions so far about why we're moving over to Global Aloha? Okay, I'm going to pass the floor to Kristen, who's going to speak a little bit to what the pages are. So I'm going to ask you this. I know some of you are driving, and we'll send this information out also. But if you're not driving and you have the ability to write this down or take notes on your phone, I suggest you do it. But we will also send out a little blurb on our Tropical Biohackers WhatsApp, as well as the distributor page when we're done with this, which just kind of reiterates what I said and what Kristen's going to say. And we'll also post this recording so people can watch it and know what to do, because it's not just the information for the people who are on this Zoom right now. We need to disseminate this information to all of our distributors. Like, there's a lot of distributors who are not on this call right now that need to understand how WhatsApp works and why, and how the Facebook pages work and why. So without any further ado, the amazing, hardworking Kristen Ahlgren, please share with us about Facebook and what we need to know.
All right, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. And yeah, I just want to kind of do, just back up a little bit for our distributor page, which we had created to have a place to sort of substitute some of our WhatsApp conversations. We created that so that it was a place where we can welcome people and we can celebrate rank advancements. We can post videos, you know, anything inspiring. So that page, we are now going to do all of that, all of the new welcomes where we have a beautiful picture of a new distributor and a beautiful description of them. All of that content, which we were originally doing on WhatsApp, and then we switched to our Tropical Biohackers Distributor page. Now that's all going to be moved to Team Global Aloha. So if you're not on there yet, you want to add yourself to that, and you want to make sure that all of your distributors are on that page. And so when talking about this and when trying to decide, I talked to a couple other people, and we realized that having people, a lot of different people, a lot of different sidelines, all coming together and is more powerful than just our, 30 people. Having the 500 to 1,000 people on that team when we welcome people and celebrate rake advancements is just a lot more powerful. That we are, as a larger team, we're stronger together. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to switch to kind of the larger team. So this is only for distributors. So make sure that it's not for somebody thinking about becoming a distributor, only for distributors. So make sure everyone is on that. And so you're going to add them to it and you're going to welcome them there. So, and then the next group is, and this is probably all repeat for some of you, but it might be new to you, and it's definitely going to be new to a lot of people on the team who aren't doing social media. But like Sarah said, social media it is huge. It can open up your just open up your business so much. And so I kind of like to think of it, and I haven't been utilizing it yet as much as I would like to, but that's my plan. The way I look at it is it's creating relationships just like we do with people face to face, right? It's creating relationships. It's liking what they say. It's engaging. It's commenting on them, just like you do with a person that you meet. You ask them questions, you get to know them. It's kind of the same thing. So when you're working with somebody and you want to give them some validation of testimonies and some videos that doctors say, you want to add them to the group called Activating You. And so that group was originally Allison's page. And so all of the teams under Daisy's umbrella have all merged. So instead of our Tropical Biohackers customer page, which honestly we were not utilizing like we should have been, all of those are merging into this one called Activating You. And this is a secret group, so you can't search it out. So you actually have to either invite someone with the invite button, or you can send them the URL and then they can click on it. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to just click invite to invite them, because how many times have you gotten someone saying, please like or like this page? Because what happens is I may or may not do that. And if I do, I don't even go to look at it because I have no idea what it is. But what you want to do is you want to give them a personal invitation and say, hey, you know, this is what I've been talking to you about. I would love for you to be a fly on the wall and take a look at this, all these amazing testimonies. Let me know what you think. And then when they join, you can actually tag them in a post and you'll be able to know because their name will be highlighted. And so what happens, just for example, yesterday, somebody that I've been talking with who is interested in becoming a distributor, she said, hey, do you know if this works with migraines? And I said, yeah, actually. And so what I did is when I went to the search bar on Activating You and I looked up migraines and I tagged her in a post and she went on it and people started commenting. So it's like extra third, fourth, fifth, sixth party, seventh party validation. So it's absolutely huge. So that's the customer page, and make sure you do a personal invite. And the third one is it's a business page. So this is for people who are maybe interested in the business side of it. And it's called Activating Vitality and Abundance. And it's stories of, you know, people who are being able to stay home now. Rusty Cottrell, who he goes surfing with his daughter now instead of going to the office every day. So it's just people who are interested in the business, and always ask them if they want to be included in this. Don't just invite them. So those are the groups, and I think this whole thing is going to be gigantic. And just like, one thing I want to say is, just like when you're talking to someone about this business, you don't want to just throw everything at them at once, right? So when you're doing social media, you want to just do it very delicately. You know, you do your life and then you throw in little bits about the business too, just like with our real lives. We're not going to, you know, diarrhea mouth over them with the first time that we talk to them. So it's kind of the same idea. So anyway, with that, I'm going to pass it over to Katie, who's going to just talk a little bit about the WhatsApp, and then we're going to be done. So
awesome. Thank you. I'm super excited for the groups. I think it's going to help streamline things and just, you know, connect us all in a super, super awesome way. Let me just turn my phone off. Okay, I'm talking about the WhatsApp. So we have the Tropical Biohackers WhatsApp, and we have a Team Oahu WhatsApp, and we also have like an event WhatsApp going on. And then some of our, like the Team Green, they actually have their own WhatsApp happening also. So those are, I mean, if you're going to the events, you're going to want to be on like the Long Beach one. So, you stay in communications with everyone. And that's kind of exactly what the WhatsApp is for, is it kind of can become like a text stream almost, where we're messaging, with each other. But with that, we've had some feedback, and the feedback is that there's a lot of chatter on it, kind of unnecessary chatter. So we kind of want to just streamline it, not make it so chattery, only because things get lost. So what we're going to post there are Zooms, like Daisy's Zoom, any other, the Team Global Aloha Zoom that's on Monday. We're going to, post the links to all of those. But sometimes when there's lots of chatter, things get lost. Like actually just now I went on and I clicked on Daisy's Zoom from this morning. So that was a perfect example of something getting a little lost. But anyway, so just try to be mindful when we're on there, because I'm sure we've all been in group texts, and there's some people that just don't appreciate a lot of chatter on even a group text. So it's kind of the same thing with the WhatsApp. So again, we'll be posting Zoom links. For our Team Oahu one, we're going to post meetings and trainings and locations and things like that. That's kind of it. I think it's kind of, we just want to streamline the information, but in a simple way. And like Kristen was saying, with the Team Global Aloha, we're going to use that for the rank advancements, any big announcements, even birthdays, we can be celebrated on those, you know, the Facebook pages. I think that was it. Sarah, did I forget something?
I don't think so. I think just, you know, with WhatsApp, just knowing that you don't really need to reply to anybody unless there's specifically a question. So it's not like, you know, how on text messages we double tap it and heart somebody, but then it sends a message that you hearted that, which is almost more distracting than just reading the message itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, and it's fun because sending little emojis is always fun and cute, but maybe personally text somebody if you want to tell them thank you, or so really try to keep it, like Katie said, like really simple and really clear.
I was going to say, I just remembered, thank you. You reminded me, is it could be used for questions, you know, but you can also, you know, direct text your upline or even call customer service, because sometimes they have the questions, you know, that may be a compliance question that maybe not, some of us may not know, or maybe not everybody needs to know, you know, that second. So, yeah, we'll just kind of keep it a little more simple so there's not so much going on, because we know that this and with all the Facebook groups, it can be a little overwhelming, you know, but turn your notifications off or on. I have mine on, but, you know, sometimes I'll just go back and, you know, catch up from the day of whatever was happening. So, any questions, anybody who's on here? Anybody?
I wanted to reiterate what Kristen said, you know, about just the idea of the collective, you know, like on Tropical Biohackers, we have like, you know, maybe 50 or 60 people. So when we post something, there's not a lot of communication about it necessarily. But when you have 1,000 people in a group, there's depth there. And there's, you know, like Aaron Brockovich said at our last meeting, like the collective is stronger, you know, and so just kind of reiterating the why. So thank you all for signing in and listening and engaging. And if you have any questions, please let us know. And we are gonna post this on all of our pages and everything like that, so that everybody knows. But it's really important, if you're a leader in this business and in Tropical Biohackers, please, please, please send this recording and send this message and all of this information to anybody in your downline, even if you feel like they've gotten the information already. Because I feel like lots of people maybe didn't see the information about the meeting or the Zoom or whatever. So please share this with your downline so that everyone is on the same page and everyone understands what to do. Any other questions, comments before we sign off?
Can I say something?
Absolutely. Hi, Kristen.
Sorry, I was like on my computer and on my phone, so it's echoing. I'm the queen of echoes today. I know I put it out there if anyone wanted shirts, but I'm